Hey guys, GoBlue117, and I'm back for another chapter of Fire Emblem 7. So now we're going to do the Chapter 18 side quest after defeating Uhai in the last chapter, and Chapter 18 side quest is actually a really interesting chapter in my opinion. We actually get introduced to a character that we're going to see a couple more times, and is one of the more mysterious characters of the game. Especially if you do Hector's quest, you'll actually see him 3 times. Possibly here you'll only see him twice. Because there's an extra secret chapter, in Hector's case, chapter 19, because this is actually chapter 19, is the Uhai chapter, and then chapter 19 side quest, the one we'd be doing right now, because the numbering is a little different for Hector's quest. But there's actually an extra secret side quest for chapter 19, chapter 19XX, instead of just chapter 19X. Or if you do something in this chapter and also have something done earlier on in the game. But when I actually go and do Hector's quest later, I'll actually show that off. But it involves killing a character that we're not actually going to kill in this chapter. But this is really where the game kind of picks up. And more so next chapter. Next chapter is going to be a really big chapter. We're going to be doing a whole lot of stuff. And it's going to be kind of crazy, too, to go through. So, it's a chapter that I often fail just because we can get a new character. And it's actually a thief that we can get, which will be nice because I don't like using Matthew because he's so weak. But this will be a thief that actually can defend himself reasonably well. But we'll deal with that next chapter. And we'll see if I fail or not. But this is actually a chapter for the Chapter 18 side quest where bringing magic units is optional, I'd say. And if you're doing this on Hector's quest and want to do the extra secret side quest, I would suggest bringing multiple mounted units. Because I'm going to kind of show off how to kill the unit. I'm not actually going to kill them, but I'm going to kind of talk about how you would go about it. Anyway, this is Aeon, or Ion. It's A-I-O-N. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I'm going to call him Aeon, because that kind of seems like it'd be closest to being right. So, since we defeated Uhai, he's going to be the next kind of, not leader of a Black Fang, because that's Brendan Reed and Nurgle and the people that Nurgle are, people that are like Nurgle's helpers and stuff. They're like the Black Fang leaders, but this is like I guess a general maybe, along with Uhai. Alright, so Seascape chapter, so all you have to do is defeat the boss. Boss is really easy right now. He's not going to seem easy, he's going to seem to be like really hard, but something's actually going to happen that makes this boss a joke. So, yeah, this might not be a bad unit to only take one healer, and especially if you have either Canis or Lucius or Urk. If you have one of them that's really over-leveled and would rather bring somebody else, this would be a turn to do it. For magic units, you don't really need to bring them that much, because they're not going to be particularly helpful. That looks good. I'm going to bring 2 healers and both Canis and Lucius, just because I have pretty much these are the units that I want to use, and there's nobody else that I would find particularly advantageous to bring that I would want to give experience to. But if you do want to level up your magic units in the chapter, do it right away. Get as many kills as you can with them in the beginning, because toward the end you will not be able to. And if you're looking for melee units and you're not getting as much experience as you would like at the beginning, don't worry. It's gonna be a ton of experience that you can actually get at the end. That is pretty easy to get, really, as long as you don't have incredibly weak units. And even then, you could still get 2 full level ups for either one character or 2, depending on how you went about it. You go there. The ruins down in the southeast corner that I probably saw when I was going over the map. You can actually go there, and you're actually going to talk to a character that we'll see later on in the game as well, but much later on, almost at the end of the game. But do go there, because it actually acts like a village, these ruins right here. I don't think you need a certain character. I'm going to use Eliwood just in case. But I believe you can get a goddess icon, which is luck increasing. So, got a lot of sages and a lot of knights. So sword user's not going to be really helpful right now. You can still get them some experience, just hold off using them for now and use them later on. Or you can use them to attack the magic units as well. You go there. And Guy, kind of just hold off. This is not really a hard chapter, but it gets you a lot of experience. So it's definitely recommended that you do it. Something I didn't mention in the last chapter, which I definitely should have, and I'll probably post this in the description when I actually upload chapter 18, but in order to get the chapter 18 side quest, you do need to complete chapter 18, and I think it's under 15 turns. I think it's under 15 turns, which I did, obviously. And that was the same thing with chapter 7, but chapter 7 wasn't even a big deal at all. So I don't even think I mentioned it then. But yeah, I was kind of completely forgot to kind of mention some of the requirements for certain side quests, because one of them was the chapter 16 one where we got Canis, and in order to do that, you actually needed to have one of the green units survive from chapter 16 that we rescued. If none of them survived, apparently you couldn't do that. And I actually didn't know that. I had always just assumed that it was one of the automatic side quests that you got without really doing anything. Because there are a couple of those. You can go on none. I could probably kill the general. Yeah, I can kill him in one shot with Nosferatu, but I'll just use Flux. Because Nosferatu is very valuable. But anyway, chapter 16, you will want to save one of the green units. I'll also post that in the description, because actually when I'm recording this, I still haven't uploaded chapter 16. I think the last chapter I uploaded was chapter 15. Yeah, the last chapter I uploaded was chapter 15, which I did last night, so the day I record this later on today, I'll probably have chapter 16 up. So I'll post that in the description. I think chapter 13 was the one in the village, and I mentioned that where you just had to visit the village. But I'll definitely be posting side quest requirements in the description, except for chapter 7, because if you can't do chapter 7 in under 15 turns, that's not good. Because that's one of Lynn's chapters, which are all incredibly easy and quick. So go there. There are going to be a couple reinforcements up from the top near the fortresses that you see in the top right. I think there are a couple sages, or mages. I keep doing that. Just a couple mages, nothing big to worry about. So when we get kind of closer to there, I'll actually start worrying about doing that. Okay, And more XP for Canis. And oftentimes the Nosferatu enemy, you usually want to have them attack first if you're gonna kill them, because that way they can't use the Nosferatu to heal, because assuming they're full health to start the battle, like the last one I just did was, but like they attacked me, so even though they hit, they weren't able to heal, and then I was able to kill them. But especially when you'd be able to kill them in one turn through a double attack, like Canis just did. It's something you really want to keep in mind, that letting somebody with Nosferatu attack you first when they have full health is usually a good idea. Go ahead and kill this Pegasus Knight. Okay, you kind of walk down there, and I'll have you, actually, you don't need to walk down there. Eliwood, I'm going to use you just in case, and I'll have Sane go over there. Yeah, I'll just take, Sane and Oswin, because they don't really need any experience, and have them just kind of stay down toward the bottom. Because I'll probably use them toward the end of the chapter, but not until then. I don't want them getting just a bunch of kills just because enemies attack them. You cannot kill. Let's go ahead and do it anyway, though. And I might actually heal Merlinus just because. Do I want to? Yeah, maybe I should just do it with Sarah. Because then Priscilla will be able to stay with the group. Because of her movement range, she won't fall behind as easily. Even though she'd be able to catch up easier than Sarah will by healing the tent. This way I should have at least one healer that is definitely going to be within range to heal almost anybody. Let's go heal you, just because I don't have anybody else really to heal. And it'd be kind of cool to see Merlinus survive every chapter, and me put him out every chapter and him survive. Because I haven't actually done that before. Usually he just dies at one point because I stopped caring. This guy. As you can see, a bunch of the units are in range. He will not move. However, you do want to be, or not, you need to be careful, just be aware that some bosses are going to have those long-range magic attacks. Like I just showed off, he had Bolting. And Bolting is actually the B Anima, I believe. Because he's actually a Sage Aeon. I believe that's his class. So he had the B range Anima magic, which actually has a range of 3 to 10. So now you don't have to worry about that for now, because once we get into his range, oh, it actually happened right now. Okay, that guy's Kashuna, and we're actually going to learn about him in a second. He's the mysterious character I was talking about. But as you can see, when he walked onto the map, or kind of appeared, a bunch of the squares turned like a magenta-y color. And apparently Aeon can't use his magic because Kashuna is actually a magic seal. Which means that within a certain radius around him, so within, it looks like probably 10 spaces, which would make sense. A nice round number like that. Within 10 spaces of Kashuna, let's just say it's 10. Nobody can use magic, not you, not the enemy. So, it seems that he has shown up, and he's got a bunch of guards around him. He actually has 2 level 15 knights and 2 level 15 snipers. If we take a look at Kashuna, level 1 magic seal. He cannot attack you, he has no weapons. He can't use magic either. And hang on, let's take a look at his stats. So you can see 13 defense, a good amount of defense, a lot of speed, no strength, not needed, no resistance, which makes sense. I mean, you can't use magic around him. So, and you can see silver lance on a level 15 knight, level 15 snipers with silver bows, which is the second class of archers. If you didn't realize that, they are the second class of archers, snipers, so yeah, very powerful enemies and are going to give off a lot of experience, and there is an easy way to kill them. So just kind of bear with me when we get to that point. I'll actually be killing all 4 of those guards to get a lot of experience. One thing I should also mention about the magic seal, the only restriction is that you cannot attack anybody while you're inside the seal. Now, let's say you're standing on the edge, like take the Tree of Force that's right on the edge but actually outside of his range. I could put Canis right there and actually attack the knight that's inside the magic seal radius. So all you have to be doing is standing outside. That goes the other way around. If you're standing inside the magic seal range and you want to attack somebody outside, you can't do it. So it's only about where your unit is actually placed, not where they're attacking. So like if we had a long-range magic spell like bolting, we could probably actually attack Aeon with that, with one of our magic units, and actually kill the boss with one of our magic units, but I don't think it's possible to have one of those yet. Because we haven't even visited the secret shops, or gotten to the point where you can actually access the secret shops. Okay. So just rescue you go there. Now, none of the 4 guards are actually going to move. They will only... I'm not sure if, let's say you're just in their range, if they all attack you. Or if you actually have to attack them and then be in their range. Like, if you just stand next to them and don't attack, I don't know if they'll actually attack you or not. My gut feeling would be to say yes, but I'm not positive on that. So... yeah, go ahead and kill you with Florina. Maybe. I don't know. But now Aeon cannot use any of his magic because he's standing inside the magic seal, and because he's guarding the gate to the ruins, or whatever it is, whatever building it is that he's standing on, he can't move from there. So this is why the boss is so easy, because he can't attack you at all. Anyway, if we visit the village, we're going to actually visit Renault, who's actually a bishop who is on a pilgrimage. Bishops are actually the second class of monks, so like Lucius, when he classes up, he'll be a bishop. And again, I don't know if you need to talk to him as a special character to get the item. I don't see any reason why you would. But because he's an actual character, like that actually has a name and not just a random, oh, I'm a random magistrate that is going to give you an item just because you're fighting the Black Fang. He's actually a character that we'll see later on. I don't know if you actually need to talk to him with a certain person. So I just did it with Eliwood just in case, since Eliwood's not going to be very helpful anyway. And Hector, that's disappointing that you cannot kill him with an iron axe, but Barter can kill him and then some. But of course Hector's defense is so incredible. Yeah, Barter has 17 strength. Wow. Yeah, he's close to maxing that. He may not. It seems that in this game more than others, that you're going to max out very few of your stats, especially on first class. That if you max out even one stat, it's decently good. But that doesn't mean if you don't have all your stats maxed out that your units suck. They're still good. They just don't have their stats maxed out. It just means that they're really good if their stats are, or if one of their stats is maxed out. At least from my experience. I mean, I've beaten the game without very much trouble with plenty of units that were kind of lower level of their second class. Like, that were right around level 10 of their second class. It's not even level maxed out. And it wasn't that bad. And you can't kill, are you? I'll probably end the video in a second because we're probably around the halfway point. But I don't know. I don't remember how long the ending dialogue is. So I don't want to have a video that's like 45 minutes if I can avoid it. And just make this one chapter.